take your body and turn it into little pieces. I'll hide the evidence and act like everything's fine. I take your body and turn it into little pieces. I'll hide the evidence and act like everything's fine.
Put the front on, bitch!
Hello YouTube and welcome to another review. This one I'm going back a few years. I know recent reviews have just been movies of this year. Anyway, so for this one, so I go back to 2005. So one of the most talked about films, The Descent. Now, I never watched this film at that time. I didn't really care to, even though there was a bunch of talk about the film. People calling it super scary, saying it's bloody, it's gory, it's one of the best horror movies in years, all this stuff about it. But from what I saw from the trailers and what I had heard about the film, it just did not interest me. Anyway, zooming up 7 years later, I finally sit down to watch this film. Was it what a lot of the reviewers claimed? We'll get to that a little bit later. So basically, the film is about, the film starts with like a group of girls that are out whitewater rafting. One of the girls with her husband and a child, they drive off and they get into a car accident, killing the father and the child. So the woman lives. So a year later, the same group of girls get back together and they decide to go on another like adventure. This time they're gonna go cave diving or looking through caves. Though most of them are not experienced in that, one of the girls is, and she decides that she's gonna go into a cave that's never really been discovered yet. You know, so they don't know what type of situations they're going to get into. So anyway, so I just think that's a bad idea. That's way too dangerous. Even if there's not creatures down there, you know, what if you get stuck? It's just, you know. So that's pretty much the premise of the film. When they get down there, it's more dangerous than they thought, and then these like blind creatures start killing them off. The creatures in the film are relatively the only good thing in the film. I like their design. They are kind of brutal killers, but we've seen these type of creatures all the time in films. So they're not like original, but you know, they're kind of cool. To me, the storyline's stupid. I just have a hard time believing it. That, you know, I just, why would you do this? It's one of those films that when you watch it, the main girl that, you know, sets them up to go on this unknown cave, she deserves to die. Even if it was to be, you know, starved to death, or, you know, if it's killed by, she just deserves to die. It's one of those. It's like, you're a moron, so, you know, humanity's better off without you type, you know, people. So, I'll get a slight spoiler here, so cue the spoiler. Okay, what is the point, or like, why is it needed to know, or why is it important that like the main character's husband and child died? It does nothing with the storyline. It's just like almost like a random scene that they decided to add, and they like forgot to write into the film. Because like throughout the movie, she sees this girl with a birthday cake, and we're just assuming that that's her daughter. Well, look here. And it has a stupid ending. It's a stupid film, and it's a waste of time. But like the little girl shows up in her imagination with the birthday cake. I guess that's supposed to be says, hey mommy, it's gonna be cool. We're gonna go to heaven together, whatever, you know. But it's so stupid. It's unnecessary. that, it's stupid. It's unnecessary. It's terrible. Into spoiler. I mean, it's just not my kind of film. It's completely overrated back in 2005. I don't know what people think about it now to these days. Um, but it's a waste of a movie. I never saw part two, and I really don't plan on seeing part two. So I don't know if that helps out the first one, but it's just really bad. This descended into crap immediately. Um, so only based on the creatures, I'm giving this some points, but I'm gonna give this because it's slow. It's not really enjoyable. I'm gonna give this. I'll give it a 3 out of 10 just because the directing's not that bad. See you guys next time for a better review.